Good evening. I had the good fortune of working for the Louisiana State Police. The training and experience that I received there is something I will treasure the rest of my life. The most important thing I learned throughout that career is this: it's not easy being a police officer. It's something that people make fun of us. They talk about our donut addiction and different things, and they sometimes are not very happy with us when we write you a speeding ticket or have to pull you over and tell you what you're doing wrong. No one likes that. But it's part of the job, and it's part of the bigger picture. The most important thing I found, the quality of being a good police officer, is having the desire to serve the public and the common good. It is the one thing that you must have, and you must hold dear to yourself all those times that you are tested, when things are tough, and you're dealing with people who are irate, or you're having problems and a police officer is shot, or things are not going the way they were planned to go. It's something you will learn the hard way, and it's something you must always remember, that you must serve the public and you must be patient, because justice is patient, and it's a diligent hand that wins in the end. Livonia Police Department, what can I say? Leadership, when applied properly, is obvious. Chief Joe Frion, you've done a wonderful job. The esprit de corps of these men, the dedication, the countless hours when you're at home sleeping in your house and it's freezing cold and they're out there checking a door, answering a complaint, stopping a car on 190 that has Nevada plates or whatever and not knowing who's in it or what they're doing. It's a very interesting job and an interesting career, and if you ever did it long enough, you understand what I'm talking about, the policemen that are here tonight. I know the value of professional law enforcement and the positive effects it has on your community. That is evidenced by the people that are here tonight. Look at the support. Livonia is a very small town, but look at the number of people here tonight. It's evident, Chief. It's evident, officers. You have done a wonderful job representing your community and serving the public and serving the common good, and I commend you, and I commend you, the public and the community of Livonia, for supporting them at the level you do. It means a lot. As the chief said, he wanted to talk about drugs in our community. Drugs and the whole drug community is clandestine. At the very least, it's invisible. It's like the undertow in the ocean. You know it's there, but you can't see it. But if you get in the water, you're going to feel it. And that's the best way I can describe it. The only way to effectively impact drug organizations, people who are trafficking narcotics, bringing it into the communities, is through undercover operations. It's the only way it works. You need those officers and those segments of law enforcement to seek out, disrupt, and apprehend those people who are bringing drugs into the community, moreover than just the patrolman on the beat. The success of undercover operations depends on the surrounding communities and the overall law enforcement community at large. It takes a cooperative effort, the district attorney, the judge, and the drug court. All of these things, and most importantly, to impact the drugs in your community, it takes you, the people, the citizens of this parish, and this state, and this country. Drug offenders are getting younger. As I said, as a supervisor in undercover narcotics, we arrested many, many people, and when we did, it was usually for longer periods of time, 5 to 20 years. When we interview them and arrest them, we do a criminal history on them. And what we found is that the average suspect that we were arresting was involved in narcotics when they were 10 to 12 years old. They were committing felony crime when they were 14 to 16 years old. By the time they were adults, they were already seasoned veteran criminals, and we were dealing with them. We need to focus on juvenile crime. It is an area of law enforcement that has come of age. It is something that we should look at to try and correct those problems early on. through the juvenile court system and through juvenile law enforcement. Drug users, and the judge touched on it more in depth than I will, but pretrial diversion systems where the user can be helped. Users are victims. You might not want to hear that. You know, a lot of people would like to think that if you use drugs, you're not a part of this society. Well, think again, because it is impacting families, people, communities at an alarming rate. The crack cocaine epidemic is old news. Today there's a new drug, methamphetamine. It's bought at Walmart. You can buy the precursors, the cold medicine that you take, the pseudoephedrine. You can take it, and with recipes you find on the internet, you can cook it in your own home. State police, we try to make it harder for people to buy larger quantities of these precursors, or the chemicals that are needed to make the drugs. But you just make them burn more gas. They go from this, they go Walmart shop, and they hop at this store, that store, the drugstore, Eckers, Walgreens, go to Baton Rouge. You can see the problem, the magnitude of it. It's very difficult. And it is a drug that is destroying people's lives. Once you're on it, it's tough to get off, and the physical effects of methamphetamine on the human body is catastrophic, at least. Also, intervention and rehabilitation. We have to reduce the demand for drugs. We have to get people off of drugs. Families must have a way out, a place to go, an opportunity to get a loved one off of drugs. We arrested a lady one time, 65 years old. This was a story that I'll never forget. She was buying crack cocaine because her son was on probation for 5 years. So she felt that if she went out and bought the crack for him, if he got caught, he would have to do 5 years and then go. But if she got caught, she was a first offender, she'd have a lesser sentence. Houston, we got a problem. We got a problem in this country when a person can't come to us, to law enforcement, to the government, and try to change the course that they're on. It is a hopeless feeling to have someone in your family addicted to drugs. We've seen it every day. I dealt with it firsthand, and it's a horrible, horrible situation to be placed in. And you must have some compassion. And like I said, justice is patient. We have to be patient with people, because this is the human business, government. It's not just about putting people in jail. It's about getting people off of drugs. That is what we have to do as a society. You, not just us. Also, education in schools. The programs that we have, that we dealt with state police, was putting narcotics agents in the classroom to talk to kids about the negative effects of drugs in the school and the effects of it on their bodies. We have to get in the elementary schools and teach children what they're up against, prepare them for the inevitable. If you think you can save your child and keep them away from the drugs by keeping them home or whatever, think again. It doesn't work. I've raised two, and I pray for them every night. And I pray for my grandchildren, unborn, that the world they're going to inherit, that we're going to leave behind. As a society, we have to do our best. But enough of that. I want to thank you for your time. Chief, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak to this group. And thank you very much. And I want you to know that the people of Livonia have a wonderful department. You show them the support that it takes to make things work. And like the guys used to say that I worked with, it's clicking. And it really is. Thank you.